Okay, so today you're going to take your physical activity log that you recorded on over that first week of the unit, and you are going to figure out things that you've done that you could do to make your physical activity log reach the four requirements of the recommendations from the CDC that we went through on the orange Prezi last week. So on the screen, you'll notice right now I've got a couple things that are kind of a sample log sheet. So I have my passing time, and I did this all typing so that I could record this for you. Yours is handwritten, and that's fine. If you elect to do this physical activity plan, which you see on the left, handwritten, that is fine. But I've got on here a couple things that maybe you have on your schedule for the week, and I'm going to take what I have over here on the physical activity log, and then I've got to add to it or change it or figure out a way that over here on my physical activity plan, how can I take my log and turn it into enough time to make this happen? Now, if I'm someone who isn't in an activity, I'm going to use this sample that I have over here on the right hand side and modify it a little bit. So if you have something that's still going to count, you can enter it on the other page. So I have on here for my physical activity log, I have passing time down. Well, that's still going to count, so I'll put passing time down here. Okay, which is going to be 8 minutes. Doesn't count for any of these other categories. And then I took the dog for a walk. That's something that can also count. So I'm going to put that in here still. Doesn't count for any of these other activities. Now, over here on my activity log sheet, this is only a total of 23 minutes. Now I need this total over here to get to 60. So what's one other thing I could do? Well, maybe I decide that I'm going to go for a longer walk with the dog, and I'm going to make sure that I jog for 15 minutes of it to get some vigorous in, and then I'm going to figure out some other way to get active. Maybe I decide that while I'm watching my favorite TV show that night, I'm going to do some strength activities during the commercial breaks. I'm going to do sit-ups and push-ups or something like that. So I'm going to put in here sit-ups and push-ups during TV. And commercial breaks are usually 2 to 3 minutes long. We'll say that there's 5 of them, so that's going to give me another 15 minutes. And it's going to give me, it doesn't qualify as muscle building because I haven't done enough to work out most or all of the major muscle groups. Okay, but it's a form of activity. I'm getting some activity in, so I can at least at that point add some time to my total. Okay, and then I'm going to go. I'm gonna just go for another walk without the dog. Maybe I'm going to walk to school that day or something. Okay, so I've currently got 48 minutes, so this has to be at least a 12-minute walk. So then I'm going to get 60 minutes, and I've gotten 15 minutes of vigorous. I haven't gotten any muscle building workouts or bone strengthening workouts yet this week. Okay, then I'm going to go over to day 2 here, and I have passing time again. And I put 8 minutes because I feel like maybe in my classes I only have 2 that I really walk fast enough, or I go up the stairs where it would actually count for getting enough activity in. And I had, what else do I have over here? I have Phy Ed over here. Well, I'm going to transfer Phy Ed over. And it was a 45-minute class that I got 20 minutes of vigorous, and I got some bone strengthening workouts because maybe we played Ultimate Frisbee during that class period. And the running around would qualify as bone strengthening. So I'm currently at 53 minutes, so I'm going to walk the dog again, but we're only going to go for a 10-minute walk today. Okay, and that's going to give me 45 and 10 is 55 plus 8 is 63. So I've made my 63 minutes. Okay, I've got 20 minutes of vigorous in, so I'm already up to 35 for the week. I still haven't gotten any full body strength workouts, but now I got one bone strengthening workout. Okay, and so on day 3 here, and I don't have a modification, but maybe this was FIAD again, and on this day we only had 5 minutes of vigorous during warm-up, but we had a strength training day, so we had a muscle building workout that day. And then I had passing time again for 8 minutes, which doesn't count any of those other categories, and I decide that I'm going to walk to my friend's house, and that takes me about 5 to 10 minutes each way, so we'll say 20 minutes. Okay, no vigorous in there, but that it counts for me to do this activity, and it counts in that general category. That 60 minutes of activity a day counts in here, as long as I'm walking, sort of fast. With it being this cold out, I'm sure I'm walking plenty fast. All right, and so I'm going to go down here for my day, my third day totals. And this would be modifying over here. I might have some of these same things over here. Maybe I just added walk to my friend's house. Okay. So now I've got 73 minutes on this day. And I got 5 minutes of vigorous work in. You can't see that right now. And I got one of my muscle strengthening workouts in. And that would have also qualified for bone strengthening, so I got one bone strengthening workout in. So your goal is to create a plan building off of this log sheet to create enough activity to make it to the 4 requirements listed at the top of the plan. And the second change would be, if on this sheet, if your physical activity log depends on you being in a sport, I want you to try and come up with a physical activity plan for when you're out of season or you're not in a sport where you're supervised by a coach, you're going 5-6 days a week to a sport. Try and come up with a plan. Maybe you would work out on your own anyway. Well, put that down. Maybe you would be more active because you'd be playing pickup basketball instead of doing other things. So one way or another, take your physical activity log sheet, look at all of the times and things that you entered, and figure out a way, whether you decide to do some research online for different kind of workouts you could do at home, or a gym you could join, or something you could do up in the activity center before school or after school. You need to create a plan on this document that says, here is what you need to do in order to make sure that you're getting enough activity. Make sure you get started on this. Your goal is to try to get through the whole thing today if you can. If you can't get through the whole thing, then get as far as you can, and I will have some question and answer time for you at the beginning of class tomorrow. Good luck on your project, and email me if you have questions.